Whew. Well, let me see how many slides do I have. Oh, 67. No wonder. And that's not even counting the ones I just eliminated. But, well, okay, let me get into character. Ready? Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. This is Royal. Wait, what do I always say? Welcome, one and all? Something like that. Anyway, um, I couldn't get my stuff together here, but I think we're there now. Okay. And as usual, I got so many screens open. Let me close some of these before I crash the computer. I don't need that. Yeah, don't need that either. That I need. Well, keep your fingers crossed. I think we're good. I think I had about 50 screens open. Oh my god, and so many more than that. All right, all of that can go. Great. All right, I think we're good. The hell are you doing there? Okay, that can go too. And that. All right. World Mental Health Day, October. Oh, I got to get slides, don't I? Okay, hold on a second. Let me grab the slides. World Mental Health Day. Okay. All right. So it's still only World Mental Health Day in California, I think. But cheers. Okay. All right. So slides are coming and we're good. Uh, all right. So thank you for being first, uh, Jacqueline Rippey. Lydia Washington, thank you for being here. And Ingrid Sowers, thank you. Connie Balmer, did you find out that you have a new secret power or superpower? Is Connie Balmer here? No? Yes? Anyway, don't look now, but Connie Balmer has been enriched with a new superpower. There is rarely a time that I can go into a comment section and not see Connie Balmer there. And the other day, we were plagued by lots of trolls, lots of trolls. So I decided that since Connie Balmer is always there, I hope she will graciously accept the ability to remove some of those negative, nasty comments. Um, we'd appreciate it if she would do that. So maybe we shouldn't say anything. Let her discover on her own, maybe. She look up and see there's a little wrench in the corner. Won't that be fun? All right. Oh my. Oh, there it goes. Um. All right. Where is it? Oh, see, this is just what I was hope. Oh, do you know how long it took for this to pop up? Man. All right. Okay. Let's just hope everything goes smoothly because I'm telling you, I have really put this computer through the paces today, and it is acting just a little bit funny. But let's see what happens. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Famous last words. All right. So Harry and Meghan's second day in New York City. I went and scoured everything I could to find some of the best images and maybe even a couple of videos for you. There was some really great stuff out there. Winsome Jones, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciate it. All right. And again, World Mental Health Day, October 10th. And it is always a Sussex-tober because the Sussexes go to New York every October for this occasion. And they get a lot of stuff done while they're out of town. So I love that. You know, guys, we are settling into a routine with Harry and Meghan. And let's say until they decide to retire, if and when they ever retire, they will be making these annual pilgrimages or, business trips, philanthropic, humanitarian trips to places like New York City, which they go a few times a year. Also, let us not forget that there is also September when Harry traditionally goes to Well Child and whatever other things that he has to take care of in the UK. So I like it. We're going to settle into a routine, and that's a good thing. Plus, they're going to layer other things upon us all year long. And I'm relieved that this particular award ceremony went by without all of the fuss from the tabloid media. Did you notice that? And is that because of, I don't know, Paris? Huh? Is that because of Paris? Is that because they were dazed and confused because the Duchess of Sussex? uh, I was telling a friend recently, I said, listen, can we talk about Paris? Out of all the women in history that have ever gone to Paris, there's only a handful that have been able to do what our Duchess was able to do, and that is impress the people of Paris because they are very blasé about just about anything. One thing that I've learned about anything that's impressive in French history, like for instance, Le Tour Eiffel. When they first built the Eiffel Tower, first the French hated it, then they loved it, and then they hated it again, and then they loved it again. The same goes with Napoleon. At first, they hated Napoleon. Then they loved him. And then they hated him again. Then they loved him again. And there's even a statue of Gilbert something something Marquis de Lafayette. Is he a hero? Is he not a hero? At first, the French loved him. And then they hated him. And then they loved him again. And then they hated him more. And so, if I'm correct, the statue of Lafayette is somewhere kind of hidden amongst some trees somewhere in Paris, last I heard, because they just can't seem to decide whether or not they love him. So, that is everything you ever needed to know about French history in about 3 minutes. First, they loved it, then they hated it, then they loved it again, then they couldn't stand it, then they called it an imbecile. That's French history for you. They love it until they hate it, and then they hate it until they love it. So the idea that Meghan was able to go there, this is like really her first trip there as a princess of the realm, if I'm correct. I can't think of any other occasion where they've gone to Paris. And what a debut. She didn't even have Harry with her. What a debut. So I could only say that this was a very impressive feat because you don't just easily impress Paris, especially the fashionistas. It's fashion week, for Lord's sake. Fashion week. And there's Meghan right there in the thick of it in a very simple, chic, elegant outfit. And what do you know? She won the day. And that will be one for the record books. I love the way that one lady said they went to bed talking about Dior. And when they woke up, it was all about Meghan. It was all about Meghan. How many people were kicking themselves because they did not go to the Balenciaga show? Huh? How many of them went to bed that night and they were so short-sighted they didn't realize that the real thing that was happening at that point was Balenciaga? So cheers to the Duchess of Sussex for wowing the French on their own turf. That was very impressive, and I won't ever forget that. And you know who else won't forget it? The British tabloid media. So anyway, cheers, Duchess of Sussex. Yeah. When she wore the white outfit, the British tabloid shit in their britches. Then she walked across the floor and they started slamming doors over in Brixton. Over at Kensington Palace. I thought it was a gris, whatever that means. Then we heard William throwing books, and Katie was mumbling, "Oh, Hook." That's my new favorite French song. Yep, that is my new favorite French song. So cheers, Duchess of Sussex. Do you know when I say, you see this, right? What day is today? Today is Saturday, October the 11th. And what day was that Meghan appeared at the Paris Fashion Week? Because the Daily Mail just used this again today. You mean to tell me you're still trying to tell us that Meghan's Paris surprise happened today? Yeah, that was a few days ago. But the thing is, there was a lot of news in between. And so they had to cover some other stuff like, a peace deal and this and that and so on and so forth. And they came right back to this again because they want to go into Sunday talking about it so they can try to get some extra clicks and engagement and everything. There's nothing new under the sun. We know about Paris, and that's that. But they want to continue to talk about it. Now, apparently William was listening to someone talk about something today, and it looked like he was moved to tears. Kitty Litter came up with something that sounds like what Harry and Meghan is doing, and they were trying to have a debate about that. And what happens? It is Friday night, early Saturday morning, and it leads right back to Paris. Yep, it leads right back to Paris. So, what happened to him? What is going on over there? Now, William and Kate went out and they were busy as a cat covering up shit. And yet they were, I guess, destined to return to where the week really started. Let's say that the real start of the week was Meghan at the Balenciaga show. That seems to be when the week started for some people. And as far as they're concerned, it's still the other day. We're still there in Paris. They are still thumbing through these photos, trying to find something, anything to criticize the Duchess of Sussex. Now, the photo on the left, I love that because it's a photo that the tabloids are going to use over and over again as a means to show you how shady and deceptive the Duchess of Sussex is. But you know what else they're showing you right along with all that? They're trying to convince you that there's something devious about her, but they're really just showing you that the Duchess of Sussex is absolutely gorgeous. That is one of the most beautiful photos that she's ever taken. And if that is the one that you're going to use to try to slander her, have at it. Have at it. Do you know how many people would love to be insulted and accused of horrible things if they could look that good at 44? You know how many of them? How many of those writers at the tabloids that take photos with their hand under their chin, with a pashimer? What is that? A pashimer? What do you call that big cape blouse top scarf? They'll put that around their necks. They will hide under a blanket and take a picture, anything, so that you can't see their necks. That's not Meghan's problem. She doesn't have that problem. Like, what's her name? That Vine person. She doesn't have that problem. She just shows up with very little makeup on. Hey, did you guys clock when what's her name? Plum Sykes, uh, the sister of what's his name, Sykes, when she was saying, oh, she had on a lot of makeup. It didn't look like a lot of makeup, but she had a lot of makeup on. They painted her to look like she didn't have a lot of makeup on, but she had a lot of. Girl, which is it? Did she have on a lot of makeup or did she not? But she is just so triggered by Meghan in Paris that she just cannot decide whether she had on too much paint or not enough paint. And then what she wore. Oh, it's very aging. She's too covered up. Uh-huh. But then if it's not that she's too covered up, what is the alternative? Oh, she's being so vulgar. I'm just not sure that that's what a duchess wears. Girl, make up your mind. Make up your mind. Sandra. Hey, Sandra. Didn't Meghan told someone that she was brushing oh, you mean brushing up her French language? She's been doing the what is that? Duolingo? Yeah, Meghan has been practicing her French for a long time. She's not there yet, but she does dabble in it. She means to learn the language. I think she may be a little conversational right now, but yeah, when she can, she tries to use that Duolingo to enhance her French language skills. And who knows, one of these days she's going to really surprise us. And I can't wait for that. Anyway, thank you so much for 5 months membership. Okay, so this was Meghan in Manhattan. I forgot the name of the hotel, you guys. But this is Meghan in Manhattan looking good. I don't know where she was going or coming from. I think it's the Carlisle. I believe that's the Carlisle Hotel. And there she is with those 4-inch stilettos. Look at that heel. Look at that heel. That is impressive. That is very, very impressive. Cheers, Meghan. That is very, very impressive. Anyway, I do believe that that was the Carlisle. But yeah, she looks great. I don't know where she was coming or going. It didn't seem like Harry's was with her, but I'm thinking that was today, maybe today or yesterday. But yeah, she looks great. She just says rich. What is that? Quiet luxury. Yeah, it screams quiet luxury. And then, of course, there was the gala last night. I have some more pics from that. Meghan wearing that Armani, I believe it is velvet Armani suit. Meghan was rocking Armani from head to toe, everything but the earlobes. Armani, Armani, Armani. Oh, a vision, a vision. And you know, I am all in with that chunky gold necklace. That is beautiful. And you know, they were trying to say that there was an awkward moment when the guy went to say something to Harry, and Meghan waited very patiently for him, of course. And I just, you know, I'm surprised that they didn't try to insist that Meghan was somehow hostile or angry or something like that. They looked absolutely enamored with each other. That spark between husband and wife is still there. Still there. And almost, not even almost, it looks, their affection for each other looks just as fresh as when they first met, when they were still engaged, when they first came out together and made the announcement. That fire is still there. And that triggers people. They get so angry. They are so, well, I don't even know if I should call them people, but some of those people that hide their necks are so triggered by their love for each other. And it's organic, it's not made up. Let's see. Eva Borglund, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for being a member of Royal Sussex. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. By the way, you guys, someone sent something to my wish list. They sent something from my wish list. It is a one of those things, you know, for the citrus when you want to scrape the orange and or not the orange, but the lemon. What do they call that? Anyway, I can't believe it. You know, yesterday I was just mentioning the wish list that I hadn't mentioned in God knows how long. And little did I know someone had actually ordered something. So I just wanted to say that before I forget about it. But thank you so much for that. Well, I don't want to say the name of the person, but thank you very much. I love it. That was such a nice surprise. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Sandra, thank you for the super sticker and thank you for being a member and for being here tonight on Royal Sussex. No, yeah, it's a citrus something something. But yeah, I and just think about it. Yesterday, I'm like, how come nobody ever? Yeah, well, now I got something, so I'm happy. And I have a lemon, so I know what to do. Okay. Uh, I'm embarrassed. I don't know who that guy is. That's the one thing I forgot to do is to figure out who he is. But yeah. Anyway, nice suit guy, whoever you are. Lemon zester. Thank you. It's a lemon zester. Yes, thank you very much. It's called a microplane grater zester. Yeah, the lemon zester. I couldn't think of that for anything. Hello, Hazel Jones. Thank you so much for being here. Now, Aaron Dworkin, am I saying that right? Poet, journalist, professor, and former dean of UMSMTD. What does that mean? MacArthur Fellow, founder of Sphinx.org, author of Entrepreneurial Artist. Well, that's the very flamboyant guy there on the far right side. Check out those shoes. Anyway, these are his photos. This and there he is right there. I've never seen him before, but he must be impressive if he's there. And I'm loving the tuxedo jacket. Very cool. Tuxedo jacket over the black t-shirt. Quite artsy. But yeah, so those are his picks from last night. And then there are these. Let's go through these up close. Beautiful couple. Everyone said they were. Hello, LDSW. By the way, thank you so much for the info. Everyone said they were absolutely beautiful. Now, I do have a couple of vids from last night. Let's share those again, shall we? Okay. Oh, I don't know if I can share that one. Okay, yeah, that one I better not. Oh, this is one that I didn't share. Wait, did I? No, I didn't. I did not. Okay, I hope I don't get dinged for that music in the background. But yeah, and Marcus, is that Marcus Anderson? I believe he was there. Yeah, he was there. Matter of fact, I was going to show some other photos of him later. Okay. Let's get back over here. All right, let me grab another video because I got more. Let's see. Okay, I choose. Let's do the red carpet ones from last night, shall we? They were very well behaved. The paparazzi last night, the photographers, they were very well behaved, and there was a lot of them there. There was a lot of them there. So for the irrelevant couple, they were able to pull quite the crowd last night, I tell you. Let me do one more here. Yeah, they're so irrelevant. There was a bit of a crush to get in there, but well behaved though. They were very well behaved. Now this is the Harry, how's it feel to be here tonight? Now, do you see how long that was? Let me do that again. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Meghan was forced to wait for 7 seconds. And because there was a photo taken from someone else that shows Meghan standing there waiting for her husband, oh, oh, a very awkward moment. No, it wasn't an awkward moment. It wasn't even a moment. Meghan waited 7 seconds, if that long, for Harry to have a quick word with someone. I'm surprised they're not trying to put up a gallows over such an offense. And that look right there. At some point, there was a rogue hand slippage, a very innocent gesture, but if you know, you know. There was a rogue hand that kind of got caught on someone's speed bump, if you know what I mean. Yeah, there was a hand gliding along to the small of the back, and on the way there, somebody's hand just kind of ran into a speed bump, and just like any good driver, they at that point they slowed down, realizing that they didn't see it. They felt it, but they didn't see it, which I thought was very sweet. And so I'm guessing that's why Meghan has got that look on her face like, hey, hey, you. Hey, hey, don't break it. It's not a toy. Anyway, I thought that was very sweet. And the hallway image there on the right side, have you guys seen that? Don't you love that? Well, take a good look at it because somebody is going to duplicate this. Um, we don't take bets here, do we? But I'm trying to think, how long is it going to take kitty litter and Willie leaks to try to replicate this image? Oh, I don't know. They work so infrequently, right? So that's why it's kind of confusing. I don't know, but we do know that they will. They will get around to it. At some point, they are going to find a way to find themselves in a very similar circumstance so that they too can have this image on the right. It's coming. It's coming. 2 months. 2 months. Okay, we got 2 months. 2 months. Anybody for 3 months? 3 months going once? 3 months going twice? Okay. So 2 months before the kitty litter and Willie leaks decide it's time to uh, replicate this photo. Oh, we got 1 month. We got 1 month. Okay. Oh, they don't touch hands. Yeah, that's true. They don't. But they may be willing to sacrifice for the sake of copying off of the Sussexes. They will take one for the team. They will do that. They are capable of that. Remember when they were awkwardly rolling in the sand and on the beach or whatever that was with the kids looking on in complete horror, thinking to them, oh, never mind. I better not say that. I better not say, oh, 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks. Okay. Miss Viv said it'll take about 2 weeks. And there's Marcus over on the right, Harry and Meghan in the center, and someone's nose on the left. And of course, they work the crowd. Very sweet. Wow, it must have been amazing being in that space with all of these people. Look at that. I love this. I love this. What a great night that was. Now, there are some official photos that you can find on the Archwell Foundation website, which of course I always encourage everyone, please go over there and take a little traffic to the Archwell site. Prince Harry and Meghan, Duke and Duchess of Sussex, opened the Project Healthy Minds fourth annual World Mental Health Day Festival in New York City by emphasizing the powerful theme that emerged from the last 3 years of their foundation work. Mental health is fundamentally a community responsibility, not an individual challenge. As the world's largest gathering on World Health Day, the all day festival featured programming led by prominent voices in mental health, wellness, and culture, designed to destigmatize, I'm sorry, designed to destigmatize conversations and reshape the future of care. The Archwell Foundation sponsored 3 panels throughout the festival's programming: community as foundation for healing, a call to collective action, and okay, looks like I missed one. And the one that I missed. But yeah, that's what they did today. And let's see, they were joined by the Parents Network and Kristen Ryan, a parent advocate, moderated by journalist Katie Control Freak Corrick. Katie the Control Freak Corrick. That's that one that was invited to South by Southwest that kind of took over as moderator. Listen, she cannot help herself. She's been on television for a long time, and it's very awkward when she's not the one moderating. So thank goodness they let her have the microphone on this occasion, because otherwise, I'm not sure what would have happened. Yeah, you don't get between Katie Couric and a microphone. I should know. I used to watch her every day on the Today Show with Matt Lauer and Katie Couric. She's a little cray cray, but I like her. Little cray cray. So here's a few of the images from that occasion. I'll share those with you. Oh, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and put the link for this at the top of the chat so you can go and finish reading it yourself, because I do want you all to go over there and try to frequent um, the Archwell website, because they put a lot of work into this website, and it really is for us. It is for people who love the Sussexes and want official accounts, not filtered by the media. Okay. That, of course, is the, I guess you can call it the memorial. Let me go to the article here. I mean, not the article, but let's see what they call it here. But those are the screens that represents the cell phones of the children who died because of harm from social media. They call it the foundation sponsored an additional panel focused on mental health during humanitarian crisis. Throughout the day, the Lost Screen Memorial was featured at both the front entrance and rooftop of the festival, serving as a visual reminder of the lives affected by online harm. So that is what they call it. It is referred to as the Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not pin that to the top of the chat? I forgot to do that, didn't I? I'll do that right now. Okay, that is the Archwell website at the top of the chat. Okay, so please do check it out. Remember, that is up. The website is for people like you and me, and we have to put some traffic through there because they can tell that people are actually using it as a resource, and it doesn't cost anything. There's no advertisements or anything like that. You just go there. Okay, please do that. Yeah, that is Katie Couric. Doesn't she just look shady? She is very much kind of like a mischievous teenager, even though she's far from being a teenager. But yeah, she's a very spunky individual and enjoys a little mischief. So uh, mostly she's harmless, though. But you can tell from that look on her face that she is trying to think, do I want to give him a wedgie, or do I want to put a thumbtack in his chair? What do I want to do to this man? It's in the eyes, you can tell. I know, Eva, it is very sad, what's happened with, these young people because of social media, and the thing is, it's still happening, and educating, talking to the young people, um one of the conversations that I promise we all need to have with the young people, we have to talk to them about medication, because sometimes you have a friend that says, "Oh, here, take this. Oh, here, take that." And some people are very shady. They may do that because they want to use you as a guinea pig. So it needs to be very clear not to accept anything from anyone. If you have a headache, go to the drugstore yourself and get some aspirin or whatever you need for relief. But do not take anything from anyone. I cannot stress that enough. There's pressure on young people today like never before. And a lot of these, like the certain apps and such, there are people on the other end of these connections that do not mean any good. They do not mean any good, and they are patient, and they will spend time getting to know you and getting to ask you about your day, and and all along they're building up a profile on you in their heads or even on a notepad, whatever they use. Talk to the young people and just remind them, do not accept anything from anyone, especially someone you just met, especially someone who has a reputation for danger. It's very important because it's so casual and it happens so fast. And unfortunately, quite often the parents are unaware that there's anything happening that really should not. Sometimes they're trying things for the very first time, and it's the very last time. And of course, some people say, "Well, my kid wouldn't do this or do that." And you know what? They're probably right, because all it takes is that looking the wrong way one time for disaster. So, thank you so much, Eva Borglund, because this is definitely something that needs to be shared. If you are a mother, an aunt, a grandmother, a big sister, whatever, big brother, uncle, grandfather, have these conversations. Have these conversations. Start off with do not accept anything, not an aspirin, not a Benadryl, nothing. Some of these things look like there's something else that they're not. And every day, disaster strikes another home. Every day, multiple homes. Have the conversation. Let's see. Who is the white-haired guy? He looks like he's 46-ish. Friend? Oh, 46 friend. Oh, I see. I see. I see. I don't know who he is. I do apologize. I really should know that. I'm looking here at the let's see if his name is mentioned here. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he does have that Phil Donahue hair going on, doesn't he? I don't think he's a parent. I don't think he's a parent. Oh, you know what? You know what? Let's go to here and let's take a look and see if he's on that list. Uh nope. Nope, nope, nope. That's not the list. I think it goes back a little further than this, perhaps. Oh, that's not it. Okay, I give up. I don't know who he is. Meghan, Harry, Katie, and the mysterious guy with the white hair. And Meghan, of course, rocking the well, I'll tell you about the shirt later. And look at dad. Harry is a dad, right? Harry has just enough of evidence of good meals. You can tell he's someone's dad. You see that? Yeah, he's as lean as he can be, but either he just had a very good meal or or that's just a little something he carries with him because of all of those fantastic meals that Megan has been making for him. Just enough. Just enough. And oh, Megan, of course, did not use any notes. Let's see, Harry. I think Harry may be using something, but Megan, no. I don't think she used anything. This is a great photo. Remember, these photos are from Archwell. These photos are from Archwell. Everything I'm showing you with the tan background here, these are the Archwell photos. Okay, and this is not from Archwell, but it is from the occasion. Are you loving that shirt? Oh, these are parents. You guys probably recognize those people there from the Parents Network. Those are definitely parents. And let's see, Project Healthy Mind is partnering with the Parents Network. So let's not forget that. It was announced that Project Healthy Minds and the Parents Network, which originated with the Archwell Foundation, they are partnering together. So that will be a lasting partnership, I am sure. Very sweet. And check out what's his name there on the left. Oh God, how do I keep forgetting his name? Is it Jonathan? Oh, not Jonathan. What is his name? That's the guy that works for Harry and Meghan. Look at how slim he is. Somebody is doing some shots. James Holt. Thank you. James Holt. Holt. James Holt. James is looking good, you guys. Look at how lean he is. Right? Looking good. Now, I don't know that he's doing shots. He may have lost weight naturally or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Hollywood agrees with him. Hollywood agrees with him, and he's looking good. So Ralph Lauren, if you recall, last night it was head to toe Armani. Today, Ralph Lauren wide leg pants, Ralph Lauren striped button down shirt, Ralph Lauren belt, and those Milano Blahniks. I think are they suede? Are they, well, they look like velvet, right? But I guess they're suede. They must be suede. But yeah, I love those shoes. Those are her Milano Blahniks. Great look for Meghan. And these, look at those earrings. They are oozing with sophistication, right? They're oozing with sophistication. Well, check it out. Oh, God, like I could see that. Hold on a second. I cannot see that. I got a bigger screen here, though. Let me put that up on the big screen. There we go. So it says here, I'm crying. Meghan has started wearing pieces that Harry brought from Ukraine. Last night, she wore the earrings from the Ukrainian brand Guzma. That's the same brand that produced superhuman bracelets for Prince Harry. Somebody on Instagram needs to inform the brand's owner. Well, look beneath there. Get ready. Meghan Sussex wore your earrings last night in New York City. Get ready to sell out. Thank you so much for letting us know. We're truly honored to see that Meghan is wearing our earrings. Such an incredible moment for our whole team. You're welcome. And yes, Meghan is absolutely wearing those earrings. Yeah, there you go. Those are the earrings right there. Just in case you want to see the earrings up close again. I have no idea how much they cost, but yeah, leave it to our Duchess to take something so simple and elegant and make it a complete hit that sells out immediately. Such is the Meghan effect. So they're called diamond flat earrings. Diamond flats earring. Yeah. So over there on the left, it says Meghan wore the flats earrings by Guzma Jewelry. Oh, that's her name there, I think. Valeria Guzma. Valeria Guzma. Oh, that's pretty. And let's see, in the middle it says Meghan skipped a gown and steals the show in a sleek Armani power suit at Project Healthy Minds Gala. The Duchess of Sussex wore her hair in a bouncy ponytail, further accessorizing with a pair of flat diamond studs by Guzma and a chunky gold necklace by one of her favorite brands, Anine Bing. Okay. And over to the right, Meghan, hardest working wardrobe staple has never changed. Meghan's corporate casual ensemble marked a more relaxed turn from the previous night's look. An Armani suit Anine Bing necklace, and Guzman fine jewelry earrings, worn as she and Harry were honored as humanitarians of the year at the World Mental Health Day Gala. Even that something, even that something. Okay, that was from Vogue. So you got Marie Claire and Vogue talking about our faves. And the shirt. And the shirt. If you're wondering, that of course is Ralph Lauren. That's right. Her signature Ralph Lauren look. Ralph Lauren Capri relaxed fit striped cotton shirt. For the occasion, Meghan appeared to be wearing a striped, a blue and white striped button down from Ralph Lauren that she first wore to Wimbledon 2018, and then again this past summer while celebrating the 4th of July. Kate also owns the shirt. Of course she does. In a different color, brown. She also appeared to carry Laurel Piano, what is that, loom bag, and accessorized with Guzma earrings. Well, Kate's going to have those earrings next week. Let's see. What are you all talking about? Am I missing something? What is this? Oh, okay. Yes, they had some drama. Well, Brian Gumbo was very adamant that his name go first. And, you know, I have some theories about that. I have some theories about that. Cheers to Bryant Gumbo because that is one black man that asserted himself in the workplace. And I like that. He asserted himself in the workplace. He was the alpha male prototype in the workplace. And there was no doubt who was the alpha male in that studio. And I think that that put a lot of people's noses out of joint because let's face it, they are not used to men of African American descent in those situations asserting themselves. But he did. Oh, I loved Brian Gumbo. He really asserted himself. He did not downplay his position with the idea that someone might be offended, and that includes Katie Couric. He did not downplay his power and his authority just because someone might be offended. So yeah, there was some bad blood on that show. But that being said, most people would never know it. They worked very well together. And I think that spirit of competition made for a much stronger show. And they really did complement each other. So that is the truth of it. It was that was when the Today Show was at its best, as far as I'm concerned, was when Bryant Gumbel was there. And he was like the only, I think at that time, I'm thinking the 1980s, he was the only African American on daytime TV. Yeah, he's an a-hole. He's an a-hole. But I like that he asserted himself in the workplace. He did not downplay. Meghan does power dressing in Giorgio Armani at World Mental Health Day Gala with Prince Harry. Oh, let me see. Which article was this? Do I still have it? Oh, Lord. I think I got rid of it. Oh, it's Women's Wear Daily. Yes, they did an article about Meghan in the Women's Wear Daily. Let's have a little bit of that, shall we? Meghan embraced the royal power suit trend in a look by the late Giorgio Armani for Project Healthy Minds World Mental Health Day Festival in New York City on Thursday night alongside her husband, Prince Harry, for the special occasion at which the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were honored with the Humanitarian of the Year award. Marco, Meghan Sussex, wore the mulberry silk jacket and coordinated palazzo trousers in black by the Italian brand. The jacket featured a streamlined silhouette with long sleeves and a single button at the natural waistline for additional definition. The palazzo trousers were tailored with a semi-wide leg design for ease of movement. When let's see, she continued the monochrome subdued elegance color scheme in black with her pointed toe black pumps by Armani as well. Yeah, she did that. Yeah, she kept the jewelry relatively minimal, save for the double link chain necklace in gold. Yeah, she did that. She did that. Sussex Soldier. Kudos to you, Baron, for being on air so late. We all appreciate you. Well, thank you so much for the super chat. Uh-oh. Yes, some people appreciate it and some are just like, oh, are you ever going to come on early again? I am a night owl. To be honest with you, this is when I function my fullest is at this hour. So it works for me because a lot of times during the day I'm all over the place. But now, are you the same Sussex Soldier from X, formerly known as Twitter? Because if so, I have been referencing you a lot. You and Zandy Sussex and a few other people have made my work so much easier, and especially the editorials. Um, I'm just always impressed with the intellect of so many in the Sussex squad. It is super, super impressive. So, hey, Beverly McCaskill. All right, I do have a soundbite for you. I do have a soundbite for you. So let me get that. This girl really, really spoke truth. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, you're all right. You're someone else. All right. Well, thank you so much for letting me know that. All right. Now oh, is this her? No. I wish I could play this one, but no. That other one. I got you know what I'm gonna do? I liked it so much. There is this one that I want to play, but I just need to mute a word or two out of it before I'm able to do that. But there is some brilliance in this Sussex squad, I tell you. Is this it? No. Gosh. Okay, that's 3 days ago. My goodness. What did I do with this lady? I hope I saved it. No, that's not her. Wait, you guys. Wait. Oh, did I do this one already? No, I don't think so. Okay, give me a second. It'll be worth it. I have saved so much stuff, I lost track. I've totally lost track here. Oh, yeah. Is it?
Was not enough.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Okay, I got it.
Saying whatever Balenciaga paid her to show up to their runway show, it was not enough. There are rumors that it was $1 million or at least seven figures. And I'm still saying it was not enough. This look and this face and this hair and this styling has been talked about since this weekend. I made 2 videos and they've already crossed 250,000 views. And that's just me talking about her. If the rumors that she will become connected to the brand are true, then they're geniuses. But even if not, they have gotten their money's worth based on the conversation, the views, the comments, the commentary. Like Taylor Swift said this week, any talking about it is good for the brand and is money in their pockets. All those people who are screaming about the royals, they don't know what fashion and true quiet luxury even is. That is what the royal family gave up. All those views, all those likes, all this conversation. You know you that bitch when you cause all this conversation. Just like Beyonce said. Whatever Balenciaga paid her to show up to their runway show, it was not enough. There are rumors that it was $1 million.
Okay. So, I'm trying to Katie Fly Fried. And that is the name of this TikToker. Let me put that on the screen for you. I like her. Make sure I can show you the spelling because I'm going to ask you to make sure you go over there and follow her. So it's at Katie Fly Fried. Hope I got that right. Okay, there it is in the chat. It's all lowercase. I did uppercase, but it's all lowercase. Katie Fly Fried. And she is very, very knowledgeable. I like her. Preach! Preach! You better preach! Marcus Anderson. Marcus Anderson. Who is Marcus Anderson? Well, briefly, that is one of Meghan's besties. Everybody knows about the very strong women in Meghan's life, starting with her mother, of course. But there's also several men who, over the years, have always had her back. Helped elevate the club's status by carefully. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the first part of that. Oh, I missed the whole thing. There it is. So, Marcus Anderson is a consultant for Soho House, the member-only club with locations around the world. As the global membership director, he is responsible for finding and inviting creative and prominent people to become members. Okay, so if you're prominent and creative, you too may be able to join the Soho Club. Marcus Anderson's role at Soho House. Anderson is described as a key player who helped elevate the club's status by carefully curating its membership. He is known for his discretion and his ability to connect influential people worldwide. He originally began his career at Soho House as a waiter and worked his way up to his current position. Early life and background? Well, Anderson was born in Canada, and his career has taken him to cities all over the world. He became close friends with Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, when they both resided in Toronto. Now, it's important to know AI can make mistakes, so double check responses. I'm just letting you know that because I got that from AI. Now, I was very hesitant to, use AI, but it does make things a little easier. So it's just important, as I say, always double check, back up some of the information by exploring the articles. And the AI does give you links to the articles that they have used for resources. Okay. So AI is doing what we would take hours to do, and that's combing the internet, looking for different articles, and they will find, okay, I think it works like this. It finds consistent information like age, city of birth, occupation, those kind of things. So that way, if the information does not conflict, then AI believes it to be true, right? And when you share that information, you're saying that you believe it to be true. So, um, full disclosure, I relied upon AI for this information. So, yeah, that is Marcus Anderson. Tall, good looking. Well, maybe not so tall, but tall enough. There he is on the left at the Balenciaga show, and there he is on the right with Harry and Meghan at the gala dinner that they had last night. So again, that is Marcus Anderson, one of the Duchess of Sussex's besties, and as you can see, Marcus is at most occasions that are important to the Duchess of Sussex. And of course, he was invited to the wedding. He was also there on the wedding day. And yes, people have nicknamed him Meghan's other husband or Meghan's second husband. Yes, Beverly McCaskill says smart man and handsome. Yes, he is. And he was the only guy that was invited. I believe he was the only guy that was invited to Meghan's baby shower. And the security did not realize that he had gotten out of the other side of the vehicle. And so when he walked around to walk in with Meghan, they were about to kick his ass. They didn't know who he was. Well, the thing is, he was wearing like a denim jacket and a scarf and everything. He just didn't look like he was in the same car with Meghan, who steps out with this beautiful black coat on. So they didn't know. Yeah, you know what? That's true. He does look like a young Kevin Costner. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Huh. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. I agree with you. Oh, Daniel Martin was there. I thought that he was too, but maybe not. Okay. Okay. I guess I'm remembering it the wrong way. All right. Let's go. Oh, you guys. I hate to out this person. I don't even know what her name is, but um do you guys remember Cy Sperling? I'm not sure if that's his mother or not, but If this don't look like the mother of Cy Sperling, he used to belong to a club. Anybody remember that club? I'm not going to say it, but he used to belong to a club, and it looks like his mama had a membership too, if that is his mother. But this is a woman who took time out of her day to do two things. One, to hide her neck with her big, gigantic, floppy hand. And number two, to critique Meghan's outfit from Balenciaga. Now, I'm not going to play the sound. I don't care to. But this horrible person had the caucasity to sit up there and critique the Duchess of Sussex. Have you lost your mind? Yes, the usual suspect. Lydia, do you remember Cy Sperling? He had that club where he was not only the do you remember him? He used to have that club. I think he should give his mama a membership. He should really give his mama a membership. She deserves it. She needs it. And the big line from the commercial was, not only am I the president of the company, but I'm also a member. No, or did he say a customer? Yeah. But you should have saw her. She sat up there and she had the nerves. And the thing is, she was making all of these faces like she was trying to pass a stone or something like that, where she was just so distraught. And well, whatever you think about her, fine. But I just that outfit. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You got the nerves to critique someone. I just it this is just like when Jan Moore said that she couldn't stand to look at Tom Cruise. That it was something about Tom Cruise that she found triggering. Jan Moore. The alleged daughter of actor Jack Elan, character actor, possible daughter, had the nerves to say that she couldn't stand looking at Tom Cruise. It was just something creepy about him. There's so much more I could add to that, but I'm not going to do it. Anyway, as I said, this poor misguided Woo! Like I said, there's so much more I could say, but I'm just not going to say it. But this poor misguided individual with these very suspect intentions critiquing our Duchess, this reject from this looks like a Cy Sperling experiment. Cy Sperling. Oh, you know what? I just looked him up. Poor guy passed away back in 2020 in February. Oh, look at that. It says Sperling once coined the ubiquitous tagline, I'm not only the president of the company, I'm also a client. Well, I didn't think he said it like that, but yeah. Poor Cy. You guys want to see a picture of Cy? I'll show you a picture of him. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm always referencing I'm always referencing Cy Sperling, not knowing that the poor guy passed away in 2020. Well, he was 78 and rich as who knows what, so he did all right for himself. But I'm going to show you a picture of Cy Sperling. Cy, where are you, Cy? Oh, this thing is getting slower by the day, isn't it? Let me try it again. Oh, you know what? I got too much stuff open. No wonder it's not letting me put anything else. So let me remove a couple of things. Okay. And then I'll introduce you to Cy, who's not only the president of the company, but he's also a customer. I said, not only. uh, okay. Okay. See what happened when you're being shady? Nothing ever works out. Okay, Cy, let me have a little conversation with you. Now, when I try to move you over here, you go over here. Hello. Okay. Not only is he the president of the company, he's also a client. So that's Cy Sperling. Can you guess what business he was in? Can you guess what business he was in? Well, one thing's for sure, he minded his own business. He wasn't minding other people's business. That was his business, was minding his business and that of his clients. But that's Cy Sperling. And I promise you, this old broad looks like a chip off the old Sperling, if you ask me. Yeah. Well, TMCD, I promised that I wasn't going to say, but let's just say he brought dignity back to a lot of people who was who felt a bit sensitive about their appearance. He brought their dignity back. So, and I don't know, for some reason, when I was listening to this horrific critique of the Duchess of Sussex, all I could think of was Cy Sperling. I'm like, somebody needs a Cy Sperling intervention. I grew up watching Cy Sperling. I trusted him. And if I trusted him, Lord knows she should too. Anyway, rest in power, Cy. Rest in power. Yeah, she had some nerves though. She had some nerves. I mean, she was just so troubled, and she was squinting her eyes all tight, like I really hate to. I don't want to be another person to hop on the bandwagon with this criticism, but it's just that outfit. It didn't seem appropriate. Okay. You know, you guys, I do have standards, of course. I'm just kidding. Who am I kidding? My standards are pretty low. But listen, I I don't want to start lying. I what was I trying to say? Hmm. I lost my train of thought. I was thinking about something, but oh, what the hell? Um, but yes, this person, she kind of grated on my nerves with her commentary. I thought it was insensitive. Let Meghan be Meghan, okay? Let Meghan worry. Oh, I know what it was I was going to say. When you rich, you listening to me? When you're rich, you can wear stuff that poor people can't. Just like when you're rich, if you're over 30, or under 30, you wear what you want to. But if you're just a working class person, after the age 30, that's the cutoff for me. After age 30, you want to start going a little bit more age appropriate. Now, Meghan happens to be very rich and she is serving quiet luxury. You don't see any brand names featured on her outfit. She is the brand. Okay. And how dare that mother of Cy Sperling look at this beautiful woman? How dare she critique her outfit? Some people, yes, looked at her outfit and said too much. Some people looked at the mother of Cy Sperling and said not enough. Woo! You know what I'm saying? What might be too much for some ain't enough for others. Okay? Okay. It just ain't enough. I watched a couple of my favorite YouTubers. They were planting some hedges and they were, you know, trying to create a perimeter with these hedges. And guess what? They didn't have enough. They ran out of them. And so there's this one area in their yard that looks incomplete. And until it is resolved, there's always going to be that stigma of there just not being enough. So I think I'd rather have too much than not enough. And I live in a pretty cold climate. So I know what I need. Does she know? He knows. She don't know. He knew. That's why when I saw her, I thought about him. And now when I see him, I'm going to think about her. And with her troubled, restless soul, someone who is wrestling with the idea of what's wrong with Meghan's outfit. I've been wrestling with what's wrong with her for days. I just hadn't mentioned her yet. Well, you know what? She probably lost her job because that remember that company that was owned by P.T. Barnum? They went out of business after like 130, 140 years. They finally closed it down. I think she used to work for Mr. Barnum and Bailey and the Ringling Brothers. I think that's who she used to work for. Anyway, she'll be okay. Winter's gonna set in. Maybe we can take a collection and send her a beanie before it's too late. Okay, thank you guys. I got that out of my system. I feel so much better now. Amanda Platel. Amanda Platel. I hope Harry and Meghan enjoyed their last utterly deluded moment in the limelight. It's about to come crashing down, down, down. Really, Amanda? Really? Amanda Platel is trying to cast a spell upon the Sussexes. Every negative trope that she could fit into a couple of paragraphs, which I won't bore you with, she decided to put that in there. And yes, I was curious. I let my curiosity get the better of me. Because she doesn't mention it in the headline. You would think that, well, they just did that for clicks so that you would buy a subscription, which I have not, and that you'll go digging in there to see what she has to say, which I did. They say Brits have a different sense of humor to the Americans. Ours is a more nuanced, theirs more brash. But when Harry and Meghan arrived to collect their joint Humanitarian of the Year award in New York City, I really did think the Yanks were having a laugh on us. Really, Amanda? But no, this was for real. Meghan gazing adoringly at Harry as he proudly walked hand in hand at the ludicrously named Project Healthy Minds Gala, a nonprofit startup focusing on mental health crisis created by the digital world. In other words, it's okay if Kate talks about it, but not Harry and Meghan. It really was a laugh out loud moment because these two are the most narcissistic people in the world. A couple obsessed with their own grievances and with money grubbing on, yes, digital platforms. A couple who have obviously caused intense distress to members of the royal family. That's one. So let us take a look at the Sussex's humanitarian credentials. What a picture of humanity Harry was when he was making millions trashing his own, what is that, kith and kin? That's two. How Meghan must have been to the staff of the royal household. That's three. She was accused of bullying, a charge she denies. For legal purposes, she had to say that. Oh, what a loving daughter. She seems to be, she seems to the heartbroken, infirmed father. That's four. She has abandoned. A man who is now says his dearest wish is that she will come to his funeral. That he will come to his funeral. It would be the first time she had seen him in years. This, let me see. They've been rumbled. They have bombed the polls here in Britain. Okay, I'm going to give that five. Harry and Meghan should enjoy the utterly diluted moment of the limelight. It won't last because they are a couple of disloyal chancers who betrayed their families, six, and gave up their moral duties, which is why this award is a very bad joke. So Amanda Playtell went on the rampage to, I guess, cast a spell upon the Sussexes as though they have somehow hoodwinked the whole world by accepting this award. So you may have noticed I rang the bell. I wanted to identify every part of this as we deconstruct it. I want to remind you of every part where she threw some type of trope or some kind of something in there to pretty much give you a dose of poison. Yeah, a dose of toxin, so that in case you have, I don't know, seen those pictures from Paris, or in case you have noticed Harry and Meghan in New York, she wanted to make sure that you didn't get any warm and sentimental feelings toward them. She didn't want you to identify or side with the Sussexes. So she was recruited to go out there with a hit piece. But my favorite part is usually the comments. Amanda, how old are you? 12? Have you ever done any independent journalism, or do you always get your information from your coworkers? The reason I ask is because several journalists at your paper mention what you're talking about. So, how does this work? There's a team of Meghan and Harry, um, the reporters. Well, they put Harry, Meghan and Harry, the reporters, and you sit around comparing, regurgitating, and rehashing stories because Harry and Meghan are moneymakers for the paper. What a dull and what a dull job and existence you must have. You must live. On that note, everyone have a great weekend. Okay, I like that one. Now, my favorite person in this whole battle of the comments, Lead Night Fight. Do you see that name up on the left? Lead Night Fight. Number one, why would Harry ever return to that system that allowed smears and abuse to go unchecked, stood silent as Meghan was racially targeted, and enabled palace insiders to brief against him, then acted shocked when they told their side? Hold on, where's that at? Where's that at? Okay, did you get all that? Interesting, isn't it? It's isn't it? I'm sorry, interesting, isn't it? Aren't these royal household servants supposed to have signed Harry and Meghan's secret acts and NDAs? Yet here they are, from cooks, butlers, cleaners, personal assistants, all allowed to sell stories. Yet Harry isn't allowed to speak his truth. It's a double standard of the royal family and the British media. Then they go on to say, and by the way, these comments were mixed in with other comments, most of them negative. Let's see. Lead Night Fight says, I love visiting random Meghan posts to laugh at all the crying and whining, that is, from people who claim they will never watch her show, can't stand her, she is irrelevant, but they can't stay away from any mention of her. They chase after her with equal parts of rage, jealousy, and adoration. Now, I love this person. I love this person. Next, same person says, when the media claims Harry can't be trusted, it's not about the actual events. It's about the fact that when he speaks, he takes away their ability to lie, weaponize, and hyper dramatize tittle tattle as sources. It's about controlling the narrative by controlling his voice. Hence the what is that? I thought they wanted their privacy. That's because they don't want them to talk. They don't want them to talk. Anytime Harry and Meghan speaks, all of a sudden it's so undignified. But yet, if they say nothing, do you think they're going to stop the attacks? If they say nothing, does that mean they're going to stop leaking and briefing out of Kensington Palace and Clarence House? No. You're not buying yourself anything by staying silent. When you're silent, you're giving consent to the aggressors. You are giving your enemy consent to attack you. Same person says the monarchy is all about control and coercion to make their victims subordinate. I love this. Dependent, and strip them of their freedom and independence. It is abuse, and there is no place for it in today's society. Now, is this Iggy XX, whatever that name is, also from the UK? Oh, that other person is from Rockford, Illinois. It says Rockford, United States. Wow. That is a fellow Illinoisan. Or is it Illini? Anyway, This other person from the UK says, as much as the Mail has tried to imply otherwise, the Sussexes have been doing fine. Nice home, spending time with their children, enjoying California lifestyle, supporting causes and interests that interest them, trying different ventures, plenty of money before, and making money now. Okay, they had plenty money before and they're making money now. And then this other person from London says, all the Meghan haters must be worried. That's very simple but elegant. All the Meghan haters must be worried. And then Lead Night Fight says, their fury isn't about Meghan's actions, it's about her resilience. Every attack was meant to break her, and instead, she turned it into power. Nothing threatens insecure people more than a woman who thrives in spite of them. Oh, I have to do this. I just have to. I have to do this. Okay. And they're not done yet. When Meghan is talking about political issues, it's a problem. When Meghan is having the podcast on different models of women, it's a problem. When Meghan talks business, it's a problem. They just basically, Meghan, did I miss something? They just basically something Meghan to stop. Oh, maybe I cut a word off somewhere. Yeah, they just basically want Meghan to stop existing. Oh, yeah, that's it. They just basically want Meghan to stop existing. Sorry about that. Looks like I must have clipped the word off. And then the next one says, toxic family expect the scapegoat to endure their constant ridicule and blame. When the scapegoat finds a way out, the family is furious, not because they miss them, but because the toxicity has nowhere to go. They're feeling their own fury and no longer have someone to blame. Again, that is Lead Night Fight from Rockford. Another one. We run monthly polls to scream how unpopular Meghan is. We talk negatively about her every day on TV panels and newspapers. Yes, we say she shouldn't get security when in the UK. But isn't it interesting how the Duchess of Sussex won't come to the UK? One more. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I'm telling you guys, didn't I just tell you? Didn't I just say this? Some of the best and the brightest are in the Sussex squad. I repeat, some of the best and the brightest are in the Sussex squad. I am always impressed at the level of intellect you will find in the Sussex squad. I just wish I was able to contribute more. I just wish I was able to contribute more to that high level of intellect. But in the meantime, we'll just make it do what it do. All right. So next it says here, I'm sorry, but you're a violent bully who physically assaulted your brother, drove your sister-in-law to the brink of self-harm, stood in front of the world and called your mother who attempted self-harm crazy and paranoid. I'm not interested in anything you say on mental health. I believe that is directed toward Kensington Palace. Now, remember, this is someone responding to a bunch of trolls. So take all of these in the context of this person responding to trolls um, in the comment section of that particular article. Next, it says a reminder from Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, that what is good for mental health is being around loved ones that actually uplift and bring you joy instead of being around those that bring stress and operate on how things look rather than how things feel. Yes, they operate on how things look rather than how things feel. Next, same person says, "Hey haters, I can feel your pain in your attempted insults. Moreover, I know you wouldn't bother with me if you weren't so jealous. Your hate glistens my glow. Your hate glistens my glow." Ooh, them are fighting words. Now, there's another one here called Brexit McBrexit face. Brexit McBreakfast face. Hmm. I wonder if that's someone that works at McDonald's and they're a Brexiteer. Anyway, Brexit McBreakfast face. Amanda, they're referring to Amanda Platel. Amanda, I'm sure you're not a bad person. So how can you write such vitriol? I know you get paid, but I'd rather be fascinated to know how you justify it to your own conscience. She has no conscience. Amanda Platel has no conscience. If she had a conscience, she would not write the stuff that she does. But she is a provocateur and she doesn't mind hurting people's feelings. She doesn't mind endangering people, as I will allege that these types of articles may do um, harm to some people if, let's say, a mentally fragile, dangerous person gets a hold of it. But I'm just going to allege there is that possibility that these articles can cause things like that. Um, we know that there are people that have been jailed or may still be in jail because of threats. We do know that in some cases there have been people that have been, you know, wounded or even worse because of the right wing hate agenda, right? Like Nancy Pelosi's husband getting attacked. And the reason why there are so many people in the Republican Party that are afraid to go against the occupant of the White House is because they fear violence. They fear that his words could lead to violence. And believe me, it can happen. It can, and it has happened. So, yeah, there's a special place in hell for the likes of Amanda Platel. And you know it's true if it rhymes. Anyway, thank you to Lead Night Fight and all the rest of these people, including Brexit Big Breakfast Space. Um, they they went into the comments, and all I can say is just be careful, you guys, when you go into these comments, because if you're on Twitter or some of these other places, do know there's a very high likelihood that you are doing battle, that you are elevating your blood pressure with a computer program, okay, with a bot farm. So do not forget that. Um, Sometimes you kind of know, and sometimes you don't. You'll be amazed at how some of those bot farms are capable of having long conversations and exchanges that are all driven by a program. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Mary H. I appreciate that. Yes, yes, she was flanked by some very menacing looking guys, and that's what it takes. They are unbothered and minding their business. Service is universal. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, it is cool that there's people out there that are more than capable of getting into these exchanges and speaking their truth and making a lot of good sense when they do it. Uh Nobody knows the troubles I have seen. Nobody knows but Willie. Nobody knows the troubles I have seen. Nobody knows but Willie. Yep, they had a night together, bonding, father and son. William was so taken with emotion that he began to grimace. He began to grimace. You see there? It looks as though someone has offered a sugar cube to a horse. See how he did that little whinny? That is that what is that family? Uh Gotha Kohlberg, Hanoverian. That's that Hanoverian Gotha Kohlberg um smile that he has. Yeah, well anyway, it was the COP 30. William is going to go to Brazil to represent his father. And well, as you can see, they're getting on very well with each other. By the way, you guys, I'm almost done. Isn't that sweet? Nothing has changed. Nothing. Nothing has changed from the first time they went to New York together as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, or the second, maybe this was the third time. And of course, even today, nothing has changed. Matter of fact, do I have I think this was the first time they went to New York. I believe that was. I always say supporting the Sussexes, I feel like I'm on the right side of history. Did you guys see that video earlier today? Let me see if I can find that one. Let me see if I can find it. That was great. Oh, you know what? I'm so nervous that there's a copyright there. So let me, is it or isn't it? Let me just play it and see. Hmm. Well, I tell you what, if it is, I'll just hurry up and turn the sound down. How about that? That's what I'll do. I'll quickly turn the sound down just in case it is. Oh, I think I already took the sound out of it. But yeah, this is Harry and Meghan. Looks like they're in like a green room or like a little conference room or something, waiting to give their speeches. And I don't think Harry said anything. She just kind of looked and. But anyway, that's on her Instagram. So if you like to see it with the actual sound, you can go to Instagram. But wait, there's more. There is more. More, more, more. How do you like it? How do you like it? Dun, 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 dun. More, more, more. How do you like it? How do you like it? Let me see. Oh, you know what? I just found this and I'm not sure, but the only way we can find out, how do they say it? You have to break an egg to make an omelet. You ever heard that phrase before? So I'm afraid I'm just going to have to risk a broken egg for this one. I don't know when this was created. If you have seen it before, please let us know.
Second to show people why she's crying.
I'm sorry. You can't do that.
Where did this come from? Where did this come from?
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can I just video you a second to show people why she's crying?
I'm sorry.
You can't do that.
Where did that come from? Anybody? Where did that come from? EasyJet? I don't know. I don't know. Oh well. That was just something I came across today. Never seen it before. Oh well. I've never seen it before. It's just something that came up. Okay. All right. Well, I got one more for you. Hold your horses. I got something else. Okay. Now, I cannot take credit for this, but thank you very much. This is actually on, guess what? The Archwell website. So if you go there, you can see it. Theirs has a different sound in the background, but I didn't want to take any chances. So I changed it to something that I knew would wouldn't cause any drama. So I changed the sound to something else. But again, if you go to that link that I shared with you, they do have the original 2-minute video. Yes, and there is a speech. Well, there's words. There's a dialogue with that one. So I was not sure if I could use that. I just did mine with the music in the background. Sometimes there's music and everything. So I didn't want to take a chance. But yes, do go to that link at the top of the chat and you can watch the original video with the dialogue. It is there for you. Okay. But I like the little guitar thing. There is the Sussexes. Harry making Meghan laugh as she says that it's Mental Health Day, and cheers to the one person who can always make me laugh. And I love this picture right here. Somebody was totally fanning and gushing for our Duchess and took this picture. I thought that was very, very artsy. And this one right here, let me see who that lady is. That is Amina J. Muhammad. Amina J. Muhammad. I don't know who she is, but that's her name, Amina J. Muhammad. Love that. Love that. There's that soldier scouring the terrain, making sure that everything and everybody is safe, especially the Duchess of Sussex. And lastly, there is this one. Just a good night and farewell photo. Anyway, thank you all very much. 2 hours, not bad, especially since this is slide number 68. 68 slides we have gone through. Thank you so much, everyone, for your patience. Sorry for the super, super, super late start, but as you can see, it's agreeable with some and the worst thing for others, but hopefully we can always meet in the middle. Yep, I think that's it. Yeah, that'll do it. All right, your last comments, please, and then we'll say good night or good morning. God bless. Oh, thank you, Heather Stroud, for your continued support of Royal Sussex. And no Connie Balmer tonight. Oh, no. Connie Balmer, who has been endowed with magical powers. The power to remove some of those trolls. I'm going to go on a hunting expedition when I'm done so I can go in there and get rid of those trolls. I won't say which words, but I have blocked certain words that are not allowed in the comments. So, yeah, thank goodness for that. You guys, for as bad as the comments can be, trust me, it could be so much worse. But I turned the what is it? The automated screening to the higher level. So if you try to leave a certain words, they just won't show up. your whole comment will not work unless I go after and approve it, which with certain language I'm just not going to do, because that is a sacred space for us, the comment section. That is a very sacred space, and we are very guarded and protective with our comment section. You're welcome to come and read and leave a positive comment, but if you're trying to be shady with the Sussexes, you'll never darken our doorstep again, I promise. And now Sheriff Connie Balmer's on the hunt. They'll never find peace of mind, ever. Yep, Sheriff Balmer. Okay, love you guys. Next time I will let me see. Yeah, it is morning in Switzerland. A land of perpetual natural beauty, fresh air, and those fresh, pristine lakes created by glaciers. My dear lamented aunt always wanted to go to Switzerland. She said, I don't know why. She said, I just always wanted to go there. And unfortunately, she never made it. I wish she could have gone to Switzerland. That would have been great. Just so she could say she had gone, you know. She certainly had the resources to do it, but she just did not go. Which is a reminder to all of us, if there's something that you really, really want to do, someplace you really want to go, don't delay. Do it. Oh, yeah, she's going to be great. She is going to be great. Yeah, I noticed a few times Connie's like, there's a troll. There's a troll in the house. There's a troll in the house. There's a troll in the house. I'm like, she needs some powers to deal with those people. And you can tell when the Sussexes are having an amazing time because the trolling these past few days. Do you guys know that I have gone in there and cleaned out so many of them? Myself, the other moderators, it has been quite a challenge. But we got them, and we'll continue to clean house. I believe that great colonizer, that great genocider colonizer, Sir Winston Churchill once said, "We will fight them by the land, we will fight them by the air, and we shall fight them by the sea, and we shall never surrender. Give us the tools, and we'll finish the job." Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. Yes, Sir Winston Churchill, the great colonizer, genocider, once said those very words, spewing out saliva and at every syllable. He once said that, leaving everyone in the room in a fog of whiskey or bourbon or something. And of course, the constant stench of those cigars. We shall fight them by the land. We shall fight them by the air. This is a man who could barely get out of a seated position. We shall fight them by the land. We shall fight them by the air. and we shall fight them by the sea, and we shall never surrender. Sir Winston Churchill, a man who could barely get out of a seated position, was going to fight the enemy by the land, air, and sea. I'd pay good money to see that. I'd pay good money to see that. Dorothy Ross. Hey, Dorothy Ross. Aw. Well, thank you for joining us. We were just about finished, but it's good to hear from you. You were just in time for my Winston Churchill impersonation. Even when I make those sounds, I could just taste secondhand cigar smoke. I can taste the secondhand cigar smoke. Okay. Well, I think that's it then. Let's say good night and God bless. I will see you all tomorrow or later today, whichever comes first. Oh, if anybody wants me to do a greeting for your voicemail, if you want me to do a greeting for your voicemail, if you want Queen Elizabeth, I can do that. If you want Hyacinth Bouquet, I could do that. If you want Winston Churchill, I can do that one too. Or Morgan Freeman, if you want Morgan Freeman as your greeting for your telephone. Or how about Dr. Maya Angelou? When someone doesn't answer the phone, believe them. Okay? You name it, I got you covered. Or how about Queen Elizabeth? 1992 is a year which I shan't look back upon with undiluted pleasure. Oh, thank you, Dorothy Ross. Thank you very much. Okay. uh, oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, whatever she does, you see Doria all the time. And you see Diana in Harry, because Harry and Diana with those facial expressions are oh, sorry about that. I mean, they're both, the embodiment of their mothers. Yes, it is Black History Month. I mentioned it on the 1st of October, and then I didn't mention it anymore. But yes, it is Black History Month in the UK. Oh, okay. Well, this new right-wing movement that's crossing the globe, this like very white nationalist movement that's coming from these ultra conservatives. They do not want Black children to learn any history of slavery, of colonization. They do not want that history taught. the schools in Chicago have lost funding, or there's a threat to loss of funding if they continue to teach Black history. If they're teaching Black history, they do not want to give any funding to the Chicago schools. And when I say they, you know who they are, the occupants of the White House. They are using coercion to limit the level of Black education. And I don't understand that, because it's the same people that want to arrest you if you deny the Holocaust. But if you want to teach Black history, the real Black history, then you risk, losing privileges, losing funding. It's a very weird world we're in right now. But nobody's going to suppress that history. Trust me. That history is never going to be suppressed again. In this digital age, it is possible in that someone could create a program to eliminate history, but it's almost impossible because there's just too many books and such out there that you'll never be able to go all the way back. That can only last for so long. Aren't they a gorgeous couple? I cannot believe, though, that Johnson Publishing Company, that they're completely gone out of business. I don't know why they didn't go to an online publishing company. They have such a vast archive. And where is it now? And the Chicago Defender, another Chicago-based publication, it took over 100 years for the Defender to become the powerhouse that it was. And you would think that something like the Defender would have a huge online presence. No. And the same with Johnson Publishing, Ebony and Jet magazine. They should have a huge footprint online. But no. Very strange. It almost seems orchestrated, doesn't it? Really? I didn't know that. So, along with colonizer and genocider, you mean to tell me I can add plagiarizer to that too? I had no idea. And to think all these years, I thought he was just full of himself. Okay, we're drifting into 2.5 hours. I'm going to say goodnight. Cheers. Love you guys.